National Nutrition Natural Health Reviews. 3 minutes of the latest naturopathic info with Canada's leading nutrition experts. Watch, learn, and get healthy naturally.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jonathan Beatty, naturopath and a health expert here at nationalnutrition.ca. Sleep is a topic I cover with my patients on a regular basis because it's one of the most important aspects of your health care. During sleep, that's the time where your body actually takes some energy to focus entirely on repair and regeneration of tissue. So as you're active throughout the day, you're burning fuel, you're creating essentially exhaust from burning that fuel, and that builds up in the tissues as what we call metabolic toxins. Things like lactic acid and pyruvic acid, CO2, all of that kind of stuff is building up in the tissue throughout the day, and that's what leaves you feeling fatigued at the end of the day. Sleep is that time where your body spends a little extra energy on the removal of these waste products from your system, as well as the repair and rebuilding of any tissues that got damaged during the day. So this is why sleep is such an important time, and healthy sleep is so important for your health. So if you're not sleeping well, there's usually a couple of causes, and it's good to sort of work with a doctor or physician, somebody who knows about all the different types of sleep disorders in order to get better assessed, because sometimes people have poor sleep not due to a single cause, but actually due to multiple causes. So some people can suffer from apnea, where their sleep is disrupted by lack of oxygen, and that can be either what we call obstructive or central sleep apnea. There's also what we call narcolepsy. This is a different type of brain condition where people suddenly fall asleep. So it's actually related more to a nervous system response to stress, and oftentimes when the body perceives excessive stress in the environment, it forces the person to fall asleep. So that's a very serious sleep disorder, and again, that can actually relate to very poor sleep quality. Narcoleptics, although they may sleep a lot, due to their condition, the one thing is they typically have very poor sleep quality. So that's something to consider as well, is that just because you are sleeping doesn't mean you're sleeping well. Again, people who have insomnia, what can happen is due to prescription sleep aids, the trouble with that is you don't get the proper type of sleep. And so although you're essentially unconscious for 8 hours, your body's not able to get into the regenerative modes. And so you end up at the end of an 8-hour sleep session still maintaining what we call a sleep debt, which is time you owe your body to help it recover. And so long-term use of these medications in people who aren't sleeping can actually be detrimental. So although they're getting the right hours of sleep, they're not getting that regenerative sleep, and that's a problem as well. Another one is, of course, inability to fall asleep. So that's sort of your classical insomnia, as people will describe it. And there's a couple of different reasons that can happen. One, restless legs. So your body just feels essentially restless. It'll twitch as you fall asleep, thus waking you up. And that can be very irritating as it keeps interrupting your ability to fall asleep. And of course, stress can be a major factor. Too many things on our mind, lying there in bed awake as running over the events of the day or planning for the next coming days, and that's actually usually indicative of a problem at the adrenal level. The adrenal gland is what regulates your stress response, and essentially when it's not functioning properly, you stay in what we call your sympathetic state, which is your fight or flight, but that same state is also used in planning and review. And so of course your body stays in this nervous system state that's not conducive to sleep. What you want to be is in your what we call parasympathetic state, which is your rest, relaxation, and recovery state. And so that's usually directed by the adrenal gland. So sometimes focusing on some adrenal support can be very important for overall sleep. Other factors, people that work shift work, they're going to have disrupted circadian rhythms because there's things in our environment we call zeitgebers, which are environmental cues for our body. And so if you are awake during the night hours and you're asleep during the day hours, your body picks up on that, and it's a little bit unnatural, so it actually can be very disruptive to how you sleep and the sort of depth of sleep your body gets into, because it realizes it's daytime and it really shouldn't be sleeping. So these are some of the factors to consider if you've got sleep problems. There's a few things you can do to aid your system with that. Melatonin can be very, very effective. It's a very safe supplement to use. You take it under the tongue or as a spray, and what it is it's the hormone your body produces to regulate your circadian rhythm. This is very, very important. One way to think about your circadian rhythm is it's the conductor and your hormones would be the orchestra. So if you can get your melatonin cycling properly, that actually helps to regulate your circadian rhythm, which actually helps to regulate your overall hormonal health. Now, other things you can consider for sleep problems, valerian. Valerian root is a great relaxing agent that's not necessarily an addictive sedative. That's the best part about using it, is you don't grow a dependency on it and it doesn't interfere with the depth of sleep that you receive. Other things to look at, chamomile and lemon balm, both very, very calming herbs. And if somebody's mind is a little too active, they're feeling too stressed, too sort of activated, they can take lemon balm or they can take chamomile, and that can just help calm their system down, allowing them to switch over from your sympathetic to your parasympathetic state and allowing your body to get that restful sleep that it needs. So I hope some of these tips help you get a good night's sleep, maintain a healthy lifestyle. Any questions or comments, you can post them below. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And last but not least, knowledge is health.